Hello, Happy New Year 2021. We're over a bad year really with the COVID and everything else that went on. But for 2021, it can be a really great and successful year for us. And today I have 6 points that's going to help you on your journey. So 2021, what are we to do, especially in the property market, and how do we make a success in a time of lockdown? Well, I've got a little blueprint for you of 6 points, which I think will really help you turn 2021 into a really successful year for you. However, we've just got to have a look, what has gone on. We've had a lot of companies closed down, a lot of people furloughed, a lot of people have lost their jobs, huge amount have been made redundant, unemployment is rising, and there is now a move of more and more properties coming on the market than ever before. I'm sad to say, but that is a good thing for property investors. When we are in a recession or a depression in the economy, and for sure we're going to see a recession. Will we see a depression? I don't know, because of the Brexit deal that was done at the last minute. That is a huge positive for our economy in the way that we have free trade deal, but not subject to the laws. The fishing, etc., the finance especially, which has gone on, it's very, very good news. I can see there's confidence in the market already, and that's a really good thing for our country. And plus, our government has done a huge job, a good job. I know they criticise left, right and centre in the way that they have tried to help businesses and people with paying furlough payments, etc. It's helped millions of people, it really has. So we're in a much better position than we could have been, where there's a lot of countries out there where they had nothing. They just shut the doors and it was really bad. So we're better off than a lot of other places. So that's something to be thankful for. So where is the market going? I'm certainly not seeing the drop, and I have been one of those people who have been saying that there is definitely going to be a crash. I think there will be a bit of a property crash at some time after furlough, probably. So we're talking late middle of the year. If the vaccine is working, has great results, then that will soften that as well, because people will be able to get back to work, etc., etc. So what is the outlook for this year? It's going to be what it's going to be. I think, yes, we will see a bit of a pullback. I have no doubt about that. But I think that we're in an incredible situation where two things that happen in recessions, and especially a depression, and if you think how much debt we've accumulated and where people are, sit on their backsides really, a lot of people without jobs, without hope of jobs, and a lot of people who aren't entrepreneurs. And think about that we have people who are entrepreneurs that look for business opportunities. We have other people who are not business people. They need to be in employment. They don't want to start a business. So, this is going to kickstart a lot more businesses and new ideas, which will be exciting. But the two things that pull us out of recession are, one, and that is the government. The government have to spend money. HS2, been saying it for a long time. Other projects, capital projects, where they're going to invest money to force massive employment to help the country. So remember, back in America, the Hoover Dam was built out of the Great Depression. Think about the man hours that produced, and it was all over America. They built public buildings, they built runways, airports, loads and loads of stuff. They kept on pushing money out. They had to get the people to earn money so they could spend money, kickstart the economy and raise up the GDP, which is very, very important. But that's something the government is out of our hands. The government will be doing that. Watch this space. There'll be more initiatives coming out. What is the second thing? The second thing is property. It always has been, it always will be. Unfortunately, when people lose their jobs, they need to rent somewhere. Everyone needs somewhere to live, and there's more and more people, through birth and through people coming into this country to work, to study, etc. And that's really, really important. So housing is really the number one after the government, but it's the number one thing. We think we've got to have a place to live, and they've got to eat. Now, restaurants will suffer because people are going to pull back, but where they live, look, it is something that's going to really take place and go down that road where more people are going to come away from where they bought houses and they're going to sell them and they're going to go into rented accommodation. I think HMOs are going to come back because people who can't afford it to live where they were, single people in flats, they may well, in couples, may well go back into an HMO because it's cheaper for them. They haven't got to get bills, especially if they've got poor credit. So there's going to be a massive change, a massive drive and movement into the rental market, and that's private landlords like you and me are going to be able to do something. So what is the 6-point blueprint that I'm going to give you? Number one, you've got to write off the past. Okay, there's too many people. I've been listening to people, talking to people. So many people get caught up with what's happened to them in the last few months. So they may have lost property. They may have got into a financial situation and thought, well, I can't get a mortgage. Okay, but hang on a second. You can't let your future be dictated by your past. You must not. You must break those chains, whatever it is, whether you've lost money, whether you see something as detrimental to you. And it's interesting, it can be just our mind, and this is what we've got to work on, our mind. So whatever is in our past, we've got to get over it. You've got to kick yourself in the backside and say, right, now I'm going to change and I'm going to go forward and make a difference. And these are some of the things you've got to do, because I know some of you will be in a rut. Some of you put weight on, like me. I put too much weight on. Some of you just sat in front of the television and done nothing much more than eat, drink and watch rubbish. So you've got to do a physical change, and this is number 2, physical change. All right, there has to be something physical that you make a change. So if you're getting up, having breakfast or whatever, and then you go and sit in front of the TV, you got to stop it. All right, so go out for a walk, go for a run, do anything. Don't watch the TV. Make sure you stop watching that TV until a certain time, maybe 7 o'clock at night, whatever, but you must not put that TV on or watch it on your phone. Okay, so these are the sort of tips that you've got to take. If it's food, you've got to start to manage it. If exercise is one of the key things that will help you change that. So getting out, going for a walk, going for a run, whatever is your cup of tea, then go and do it. You must do something physical, and that changes your mind. That will help you get rid of the past, and it will get you focused on the future. Number 3, what is number 3? Number 3 is having an attitude of gratitude. It is singly one of the most important things I think that you and I have to have. And even when you lose money, be thankful that you didn't lose more. So I can tell you, one day I was reading a verse of scripture that said, in all things give thanks. And I said to my friend, it's funny, that's a stupid thing to say. What if I broke my leg? And he said something that changed my life. And he said, well, Trevor, at least you could be thankful you didn't break both of them. And I thought, wow, and the penny dropped. And I thought, do you know what? That's true. So rather than being upset that I broke my leg, the other one's not broken. And in everything, we truly can be thankful. And if we can have an attitude of gratitude, it can make a huge difference to our attitude, our mental health, and what we want to do. So if you've lost money, be thankful you didn't lose more. If you haven't got leads at the minute, well, be thankful that you can take the next steps, which are going to help you get those leads, okay, and get more income coming in. Step 4, very, very important, another discipline. This is going to help you get away from TV and stuff like that, but read something every day, 10 pages a day. 10 pages is good. It's just enough to give you a discipline. But pick up a book. Choose a book which is going to be mindset. It might be property. It might be legislation. I mean, legislation might give you a bit of a bump, but I like the mindset stuff. I recommend to you The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Fantastic book. Or The Slight Edge by Jeff Austin. It's a very similar style, but one prefers one, the other. There's so much. Have a look. If you want me to do a list of books, I can do a list of books for you. Okay, but that's the 4th one. Every day, do it in the morning. So you can do it. You can sit on the loo and do it if you need to get your own space. All right, but 10 pages every single day. No day off. 10 pages. That's 300 pages a month. You're going to be reading more than a book a month. That's brilliant. That's going to help change that. All right. Read something inspiring. I was talking to some young people recently. And I said to him, have you ever read the story of Colonel Sanders from KFC? Read his story about when he went and he was sleeping in his car and how old he was. It's truly inspiring. So read people who will inspire you when they've overcome really hard situations. All right. Number five, really important. When you've got those in, so you've written off the past, you're doing a physical change, you're up, you're out, you're walking, you've got an attitude of gratitude because you're thankful for what you have, not for what you've lost. You're thankful for what you have, your health, your clothes, pair of glasses that I can see you, etc. You're reading 10 pages a day. The number 5 is call to action. Call to action. And this is where, if you're in property and you're saying, well, I can't, now I believe that the estate agents are pulling back and we might not be able to view. If you can view property, go and view them. If you can't, then get some leaflets out, okay? If you can't go and physically deliver them, then go to the supermarket, put them up, go and get them posted out. You can do letters, you can make phone calls. These things you must be doing, and you've got to do this every single day. You can't sit there and say, oh, I can't do anything. Yes, you can. We all can. And that's something that we must do, okay? You've got to push it, give yourself a space of time, but think, people are working in 8 hours, 10-hour shifts, and some people have a problem doing 1 or 2 hours at home because they say, well, it's not going to work. Interesting one. So it's about getting and doing stuff. I'm getting more involved because I can't do the normal things that I can do. I'm actually looking for more refurbs that we can get on with. We want to do bigger refurbs. We're doing a little bit of maintenance at the minute, but bigger refurbs, and get involved in that. Now I can oversee that. I've managed them. I'm not so much on the tours. My son is an expert at it. We're just buying a van. We just paid for that. We get that, I think, tomorrow. And we're actively pushing out, and so we can go and find more business and grow the business. We're doing something really good. We're starting an estate agency in Cambridge with Leslie Tao and Dean Yu, and that's going to be fantastic. I am so excited. I'm off down there on Tuesday this week, and this is going to be great. And again, I will do everything under COVID rules, but I will push that as hard as I can. So call to action, you must do that call to action. By the time you've done those other 4 points preceding, your mind will be ready to go to that action. Don't try and do it without doing everything else first. And the last one, number 6, a really interesting one, but once you're doing that, you position yourself. So start to talk about it on social media. People are attracted to busy people, there's no doubt about it. And if you're busy and you're doing stuff and you're sharing information just like I am, people are drawn towards you. Okay, they will ask you questions. I'm happy for you to put in the comments. Please subscribe, share this video as well if you think it's going to help other people, but put your comments and questions down. If you are wanting a portfolio review, if you want me to have a look at your portfolio, I'm doing that. There is a cost for that, but if you're interested, email me directly on my email below and we can set something up, and depending on the size of your portfolio, but in many cases I can help. I can increase the income. I can show you how you can make a lot more money, sometimes hundreds of thousands of pounds on what you're already sitting on. Plus, I can remember one person within 20 minutes, I actually helped them with their existing stock to get £1,100 more per month, and that wasn't really doing much. It's a slight tweak for them, and it wasn't even turning into service accommodation. That was just something that they hadn't realized. So if you want that, feel free, contact me on my email and we can set something up for you. Guys, listen, welcome to 2021. It's going to be a ride. There's opportunity here without a doubt, and this is for you and me to grasp and to take. But what do we have to have right is our mind. Let's do it with integrity. Let's do it the right way to help people, and I wish you all the best, every success in 2021, and I look forward to sharing this journey with you. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.